Exploring the vastness where science meets existential wonder. You are drifting through the black. No sound, no direction, only distance. Ahead of you, suspended in the abyss, a faint red sphere slowly grows larger. At first, it looks calm, almost familiar. This is Mars, the planet humanity once believed might be alive. A world that mirrors Earth just enough to unsettle us, and differs just enough to remind us how fragile we truly are. A red world of silence. As you approach Mars, its color becomes unmistakable. Not the vibrant red of fire, but the dull oxidized red of decay. This is rust. Iron oxide coats the planet's surface, the chemical scar of a world long exposed to cosmic radiation and an atmosphere too thin to protect it. Mars is not red because it is warm. It is red because it has been stripped bare. You hover above a frozen desert that stretches for millions of kilometers. No forests, no oceans, only dust and memory. An atmosphere that cannot save you. You descend. The sky above Mars is not blue. It is pale, muted, almost lifeless. The atmosphere is there, but barely. Over 95% carbon dioxide, so thin that it cannot trap heat, so weak that it cannot shield the surface from the sun's relentless radiation. If you stood here unprotected, your blood would boil, not from heat, but from the absence of pressure. This is not a world that kills violently. It kills quietly, indifferently. Mars does not notice your presence. It never will. A cold that seeps into eternity. Temperatures plunge far below what the human body can endure. An average of -63 degrees Celsius. The cold here is not sharp, it is absolute. At the poles, vast ice caps glisten, made not only of frozen water, but frozen carbon dioxide, dry ice, an alien kind of winter. Seasons still exist on Mars, much like Earth, but they are stretched, distorted. A Martian year lasts 687 Earth days. Time itself moves differently here, slower, lonelier. Mountains that mock the sky. You travel across the surface and encounter something impossible. A mountain, not a great person. Olympus Mons rises before you, a volcano so vast it defies intuition. Nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest, wide enough to swallow entire countries. On Earth, tectonic plates move, recycling the crust. On Mars, they do not. So the volcano grew, and grew, and grew, until gravity, only 38% as strong as Earth's, could no longer stop it. This mountain is not just tall, it is ancient. A reminder of a time when Mars was geologically alive, a time that has long been forgotten. Scars of a lost ocean. You drift eastward. Below you, the planet splits open. Valles Marineris, a canyon system so immense it stretches nearly the width of the United States, 10 times longer than the Grand Canyon, 4 times deeper. These are not just cracks, they are wounds, etched by tectonic stress and possibly by water. Once rivers flowed here. Once lakes filled craters. Once an ocean may have covered the northern hemisphere. Mars was not always silent. Geological evidence tells us this world once had liquid water on its surface, a thicker atmosphere, a magnetic field to protect it. Then, slowly, it lost everything. The death of a planet. Mars is small, too small to hold on to its internal heat. Its core cooled, its magnetic field faded. Solar winds stripped its atmosphere away. What remained was a shell, a planet frozen in time. The water vanished. Some escaped into space, some locked beneath the surface as ice. The air thinned. The warmth disappeared. Mars did not explode. It did not burn. It simply faded. A planetary extinction. 2 moons watching in silence. Above you, 2 shapes glide across the sky. Phobos and Deimos. Small, irregular, possibly captured asteroids. Phobos is slowly falling. In about 50 million years, it will either crash into Mars or tear itself apart into a ring. Even moons are not permanent here. Nothing is. The machines that walk alone. You are not the first to be here. Robotic explorers roam the surface, rovers like silent ghosts. They drill, they analyze, they wait. No applause, no witnesses. These machines search for traces of ancient life, chemical fingerprints left behind by a planet that may once have been habitable. Not alive now, but once, almost. Mars is explored more than any other planet because it resembles Earth just enough to disturb us. It shows us what Earth could become. A mirror held to humanity. You stand on the surface of Mars. Gravity presses lightly against you. The horizon feels closer than it should. The silence is complete. No wind worth hearing, no movement, no life. Mars is not terrifying because it is violent. It is terrifying because it is empty. A world that lost its chance. A warning written in stone and dust. You look back toward the sun, toward Earth, a pale dot orbiting safely, for now. Mars does not hate us. It does not care. The universe is not cruel. It is indifferent. And as you drift away from the red planet, one thought lingers in the void. If an entire world can die this quietly, how fragile is life really on a cosmic scale? And when the silence finally reaches Earth, will anyone hear it coming?